As many people know, 2021 was a very rough year for me. A lot of outside and inside things in track, became an issue. Just a lot of mentally, a lot of load. So I wanted to end my season, and I remember my coach, my agent, my mom, and my therapist all had to basically really get me in the right headset to even show up to Prefontaine after the Olympics. I was not going to show up and probably to the last few days before they made their decision of who the final people were going to be. And the only reason I showed up is because I definitely had a vengeance to beat everybody who beat me at the Olympics.
So some people have talent and they make teams and stuff, but they don't have enough strength or capacity mentally to really make the team and do well. And so sometimes you see those younger athletes just struggle a little bit, but then in 4 years they get nurtured and then they work better.
Yeah, which is very similar to when you see a lot of athletes who will go to the Olympics for their first time or a World Championship for the first time, and everybody expects them to do extremely well, but
because they're running fast,
this is their first
meets
exactly.
Yeah.
But this is their first time on that stage, and they come back 2 or 3 years later, and it's like, oh, that athlete that they wanted to be at that time, they now are.
Grit and resilience is part of it. So how you take the hits, take the falls, and what strategies you have to come back and are able to reset.
Learning from each experience.
Yeah, and that capacity to learn, but learn from your coach, learn from other athletes, learn from
life,
learn from physical therapists, learn from your losses. In every moment you have that choice of how you're going to deal with it, right? Mm-hmm. And there's certain emotions that when you lose or have a bad race, there's certain emotions that we know that are going to happen, but what you actually feel is different, and you can have control of your feelings. The emotion's going to be there, but you can choose the feeling you want to attach to it, which is pretty cool. The world champions and the people that have done it over and over again, like yourself, they've got all those parts, all those chapters in line, right? The people that win one world championship or one Olympic medal and you never see them again, it's because they haven't got all the pieces of the pie.
I agree. Because me and Jasias were talking about that. We were like, yeah, it's one thing to run fast, but the people who constantly do it over and over again are people who know what they're doing, that have learned from their mistakes or learned about their craft. They're students of the game. They're surrounded by good people. Those are the people who constantly you see winning again over and over and over again.
It's that angle of the foot drifts. If the foot drifts, and then
So are you saying that the right leg is drifting to the right?
yeah, because it's more so.
That's the third one.
Yes.
The problem is when he gets it there, when he loses out front,
Yeah,
the shoulders go up.
Yeah.
And when the shoulders go up, then the power goes straight up and down to the track. He's still going to be able to stay over top of it on this step without losing that lower shin.
But I think that's coming from that foot.
From which
From
one?
the left
from my
one off
left
the
foot
ground?
not being balanced enough?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I definitely.
So it's just that drift, and then the right leg's too far in front, right?
Chicken and the egg. Either way, he's got to still stay over it here so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that
Yeah,
step
yeah.
is still
Which is what
firing
we're
back.
doing with your foot.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we were doing that with the foot before, but we probably need to give it. And then you've got that tag back there.
Yeah.
This is what you're doing there, but the opposite.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Here you can still have the upper body, so you can go
Engaged. Yeah.
like that.
Which forces you to stay in balance on the left side while also getting the activation of your full body.
Yeah. So you're using this still, whereas that is and even the one on the table, when we do the tap down, you're still passes through here. Mm-hmm. So active through here, I think, is better for what coach is saying.
Yeah, so to make sure that my whole body is turned on instead of being passive and getting lazy because we're on our back. Yeah.
I'm just saying being upright and doing it from here, to get the glute and the foot.
Can we do that and be lower with that back foot on the wall?
So how I've done it in the past is,
Go here.
Well, to her, to what she's saying,
I'm
right
just
now we're
looking
just trying to
here.
get it active.
Okay.
yeah. So we're just trying to get it
that glute
active,
activate from
but
that
have
part.
it with the core, having to hold his body, because like you're saying, if he's not holding here and that right foot gets in front and he's back.
Because if it floats, anytime that floats, the shoulders are going to come up.
Yeah.
And if the shoulders come up, we lose horizontal push.
Which is exactly what this position potentially
exactly.
is going to do.
All right, we're all on the same page.
The other way you can do it, extra, is lats activated here.
Yeah. Oh
The
gosh,
band.
Joe, why are you going over the top? Off season, Joe. Off season. I like your thinking though. I like your thinking.
Prepare for every track meet like I'm gonna try and break the world record. So, you know, for my first race, I'm, you know, probably fixing a few things, but I'm still gonna be giving my all. You know, I'm not gonna go into any race with any intention less than giving my best. It all depends on, you know, how good training has been going. Fortunately, it's been going extremely well, and I'm super excited about tomorrow. In terms of the weather, you know, I've been checking my weather app. You know, it's been looking good. You know, we'll see if the wind is on my side. And to be honest, it looks like it could be a very great day to run. So I want a PR. Let's see if the wind lets me.
Noah, are you tired of the comparisons with Usain Bolt and
Yes.
or does that motivate you?
I'm very tired of it. Just the fact that you called my name Noah means that my name is not Usain Bolt, which means that I don't need to be compared to somebody who's not me. It's nice and all, but you know, my journey is completely different from his. You know, by this age, he had 2 world records. I'm still fighting to get my first. That's just the journey that I'm on. I'm very pleased with what I've done. I'm very pleased with, you know, how my journey has been going, because, you know, what I have to go through is something that I individually will have to go and seek out and go through my trials and tribulations. And I'm sure that he had his, and that Ariane will have his, and that Kenny Benarik will have his, and Carl Lewis and Michael Johnson, they all had theirs. And that's what makes us all individually different, but at the same time great.
You hear that, Joe?
Ready?
Yep. Sounded nothing.
All right, first go.
2-3 people. Dead silence, because everybody know that they got to go up against everybody. Best of the best.
All right, run the steam mark.
That's the best feeling right there.
Time to go.
Yep. Good.
I'm not gonna lie, that's probably the best lane he could have took.
Oh yeah. See, I did that. See, well, no one thinks too much, because Sean, they picked 8 for Poland. He's like, oh, what a strategic move. I'm like, no, she just wanted to lane 8, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's why it did surprise me. He went outside. He didn't want to see you.
Hilarious. That's okay. He's still gonna see me.
You don't see it.
It's gonna happen quick too.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Joe, how about you record this for Coach B so he doesn't have to.
Yeah. I got it, Coach.
On you, Coach. Oh yeah. All right.
Yep.
step felt very centered down the track.
You just look so much more balanced today.
Yeah, feel it too. All that work we did.
I love when the blood, sweat, and tears actually pays off.
Right? When you don't have to worry about all this work you're getting done to your body is gonna do the right thing. You know it's gonna do the right thing.
I'm like, been doing this long enough that I'm like, I know what I'm doing, I know what you're gonna feel. Like, you won't feel it yet, but when you need to feel it, you'll feel it.
Like, I love days like this because it's like, you don't have to try, but every step you're doing is like that 1 in a millionth chance.
And I feel
you're
like
getting the
all
sweet
the
spot.
work you've done all week, like with me and on the track, is now
Yeah.
like ready to go. Like,
Yeah.
we've actually timed it well.
Yeah.
All right.
And I feel that tomorrow's gonna be even better.
Yeah.
Which, you know, is crazy. There's a time period it's like, oh, I'm never gonna feel better than this. And then my body would shock me and make me feel better. I'm like, you know what? I'm never gonna say that again.
It's like there's no finish line, right? Like, there's no, like, you don't know. There's always a next
better,
level.
yeah. I'm
And
like,
whether it's physically or emotionally or psychologically, there's always a better.
yeah, like my mom, I think I told you this story, but my mom was like, she was listening to me and my brother talk. We were talking about how fast I had to run in the first 100 to get to the American record. We're like, I have to run like 10-1. And in the semis, I ran like a 10-2 mid. And she was like, how are you gonna do that? And I looked at her and I said, I don't know, I'm not gonna worry about it, I'm just gonna do it. And I did it.
But there's a knowing, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think when you're in the zone, like that's what the zone is, you just know.
Yeah, like if I truthfully sat there and thought about how I'm gonna do that, I don't think I would have got it.
Body good?
I just had to say, it's gonna happen, I'm gonna do it. I just gotta make sure I'm in the right position and I'll do it.
That's that power belief we've been talking about.
Exactly.
All right, walk into it. Work. Talk.
All right, Jack. World record is dropping tomorrow. All the signs are there. Shoot. And the number that I keep saying to myself, 1910. My uncle told me to run 1910. I might as well just run it.
Now it's spoken into existence.
Spoken into existence.
I just got goosebumps.
I don't care if anybody here, I don't care what they think. It's between me and my body. My body has produced multiple times. You're moving faster at 10 meters than you have all year, all season. Run the race and I know I'm ready. And if I don't, who cares? I tried. We'll come
Go
again. We'll go at it again.
Again.
Run it back. To be honest, I just want you guys to see our life. I feel that every time we go up on the podium and we win races and stuff like that, you know, everybody sees the winning, but there's a whole mess of things that go on in the background. And I want people to know what that is. Because there's gonna be a whole nother generation behind me that's gonna need to know how to do it. What's better, you know, you trying to figure out everything by yourself and just stumbling the whole way, or when I can come out here and show you my advances, the way I've done it. Of course, you don't have to be like me, but you can pick up a few things, you know. There's a lot of wisdom that happens around me. I keep a lot of people that I feel are very gifted at what they do. And showing people that you have a good team around you, you produce great results. oh, it didn't go how you wanted, but it makes the future so exciting.
It's
Cause
learning, right?
yeah, like Coach was saying, oh, you exaggerated your steps on the first few ones, and I was like, oh, really? Because in my head, I had like, this is a very new thing to me, so I had to exaggerate my steps, and then I'm now at a point where I can naturally do it without having to exaggerate the motion.
It's actually so cool.
It's really good. Like this is like
actually like huge.
it's a huge deal. It's a huge deal.
Like it makes so many things possible.
Yeah.
It's like another. It's like I talk about performance gaps and like finding the thing to take you to the next level, and you've just found that thing.
Yeah.
Like that gap just got.
Like I found that level in a season where I've already made so many, like level gaps, and gosh, it's these moments right here that make you like so excited for the sport, that get you like so energized for the next thing. Like, we're gonna PR in that 100. We're gonna go back at it in Zurich.
Oh my god, that 100!
I know, right? Like,
I'm excited for the 100.
Like I would shoot. I mean, when Usain Bolt ran his 1930, he was running 1969, 1968. So I might as well just throw up a 19.6 out there. Who's saying I can't? The world. But proving people wrong is one of my favorite things to do.